at this point, we'll get started, and if we have any stragglers, they can just kind of sneak in the back. And shame on them, they're going to miss the first part of the presentation. That's when I hand out the $50 bills. No, kidding. So what we're here to learn tonight is, as the title says, Beginner's Guide to Facebook Live and how to market your business using it. So does everybody here have a basic understanding of Facebook, or at least you know what Facebook is? Okay, good. That's a good start. Just a quick introduction, a little bit of my background. I have spent pretty much the last 25 years in the radio industry. Worked in radio and then got out of radio to start my own station in 2013. So I'm the general manager and owner of WBNJ in Barnegat. But at the same time, I launched my own interactive company where I took what I was doing for a radio company prior to that and went out and started my own business. That's WWN Interactive. And I'll make sure everybody gets a card. Also, before you leave tonight, don't leave without getting a copy of my book. I'm giving everybody a free copy of my book. I just released it back in September, Employee to Entrepreneur. It's kind of like a biography talking about how I went from working for somebody to being the boss, and all the headaches and joys that comes along with that. But the big thing we're going to talk about tonight is Facebook Live, and this is one of the biggest things that has come for marketers in more recent years that really presents a lot of potential. We know that YouTube has always been the leader as far as video goes. But when you look at what we can do using Facebook Live, it has so much more potential. So we'll just dive right into what we have here. So what exactly is Facebook Live? Well, Facebook Live, as Facebook defines it, is the best way to interact with viewers in real time. So typically, the way YouTube would work, you would record a video, upload it to YouTube, and then people could comment on it or share it. But Facebook Live gives us the ability to interact with people in real time. So for instance, right now, I don't know if you can see it from where you're seated, but we are live right now on Facebook from my iPad. So tonight's presentation, we are live, and you'll see in a little bit when I put my phone up on the screen. We're going to be able to see how many people are viewing us. The viewers can ask us questions, and then we can interact with that person as if they're sitting in the audience here tonight. Okay, and it is a great way to connect from the point of view of, everybody's heard the term algorithm. Algorithm, whenever Facebook comes up, oh, they're screwing me on the algorithm again. Because, I got 10,000 fans on my page, yet I'm not reaching anybody. Well, that's because Facebook changes the algorithm from time to time to, I think Mark likes to dictate what we want to see, even though, we don't have a say in that. But there are ways to combat that. And that is where Facebook Live comes in. With Facebook Live, when you have fans on a page or even on your personal Facebook page, now if you have a business, it's preferred to do this on your actual business Facebook page. But people get a notification whenever you're live. Like, I already went live and I saw that I have people watching right now because they're followers of mine on my fan page on Facebook. They got a little thing that popped up on their phone or their computer or their device that said, Bill Clanton is now live. So then they can just immediately go and watch me live. That type of thing is algorithm proof. So in other words, it can't be affected by the algorithm. So if something changes, Facebook decides that they don't want to show my posts to all my followers, it doesn't matter. Video always gets top priority because that's what Mark, and when I say Mark, I mean Zuckerberg, Mark wants to push is video. So Facebook has become very focused on video. Live video especially, because live videos are that much more likely to get engagement. So before we get too far into how to use it, I think it's good that we talk about how we actually physically can use it, not just use it as a marketing tool. So does everybody here have at least a smartphone, or not necessarily with you, but just owns a smart device, whether it be a phone or a tablet or anything like that for getting onto Facebook? So as long as you have any one of those devices, you can go live from anywhere in the world. I like to use the example, my wife and I went to see a concert at Six Flags last summer, and I just said, what the heck, let me throw it up on Facebook Live. And I go on Facebook Live. There were friends of ours in New Zealand watching our live stream from Jackson, New Jersey, all the way around the world in New Zealand watching this concert, and they thought it was the greatest thing ever. That's how simple it is, because we were in a theme park. I didn't bring any fancy equipment. I didn't bring any software, no laptop, no camera. All it took was my phone. So what you're going to learn is that now, when it comes to marketing your business, one of the key things to take away is the fact that we are no longer in that point of view where typically we would send out a press release, and then if we were lucky, somebody from the media would take our story, and from now, we are the media companies because of the tools that we've been given right here on our phones. Now, interesting that this would pop up as I'm explaining all this. A friend of mine, Michael Tozzi, who I follow, I just got a notification on my phone that says Michael Tozzi invites you to his live feed. He's now live on Facebook. He's in Philadelphia I think he's at one of the jazz clubs. He usually does their open mic or their jazz show live, just using an iPad, just like we're doing here. So that's how simple it was. I got a notification that he was live. So that didn't take anything fancy with an algorithm or me doing anything extra for him, because we do work together, but he didn't have to do anything extra to get my attention other than just hit the button that said go live. So that's what we're going to talk about, what it takes to actually go live. So on your smart device, all you would need is the Facebook app. So it's as simple as installing the app on your device. I will be showing things on my iPhone and my iPad, but you're not limited to just iDevices. So you can have this on your Android phone, Android tablet, and in some cases you can even go live from your laptop right onto Facebook. That requires a few extra pieces of software, but it can be done. So pretty much any device that you have now that can connect to the internet, you can pretty much go live. I've even seen some smart TVs now that they're integrating this technology into. Just like Skype was built into certain smart TVs, it's only a matter of time before you're going to be able to just sit on your couch, hit a button on your remote, and go live right from your living room with nothing other than your TV. So just to go through here. So all you need is a smart device. All you need is the Facebook app, an internet connection, and then something worth talking about. And that's what we'll talk about at the end. But moving ahead, this is what it looks like inside the app. So you'll see that's a screenshot taken from my phone. And it's no different than any other post that you would do to go to Facebook. So as you can see right over here, I don't know if you can see the red dot there, it's the publish button. Just like posting a picture, just like posting text, and they didn't really make it that difficult from what you were already doing as far as posting to Facebook. So once you tap the publish button, you're going to see this screen, which for years we were putting photos in, we were writing a description, we were checking in and doing, so all they did was add this one extra button here for live video. So the functionality, very user-friendly. So once you tap that live video button, after you hit publish, the next step, you're going to see a screen that looks similar to this, where now we have, this is where our description, we can edit our description. This is showing a preview of what the camera is showing, and I'm actually going to go through this in real time and show you this on my phone as we're going through this. So this is kind of like a green room at this point. You're not live yet. this is where you can get yourself set up in front of your phone, fix your hair, the makeup, whatever you need to do to be ready to go live, get your notes in front of you. And then, once you're ready to go live, it's as simple as clicking this Start Live Video button. So that's 3 steps and you're live. It's that simple. A lot of times with the radio station, we're at a lot of events around Ocean County, a lot of events on Long Beach Island, and I always have my phone with me. And people started to know this, that I'm the Facebook Live guy. So I actually had a gentleman from the Rotary in Lacey Township contact me. They were doing a toy drive back in December. And he's like, can you just stop by and go live from our thing? Sure. So I went, and all I had was my phone. And I was just holding my phone up, and I got the guy next to me, and we're talking about, it was that simple. And yes, it helped their toy drive that they were having. So this is where I'm going to break out of the PowerPoint for a second, and don't hesitate to just pop your hand up if I go too fast through something or if you have a question. But pretty much what you've seen, I'm now going to demonstrate in real time on the screen. So just give me a second to pull up my phone. So what you're going to see is everything that's in my phone at this moment. So give me 1 second. So now I'm going to go to my page. So I'm going to go into my page. Okay. And you can see that Facebook is right off the bat teasing the fact that I'm live. So that video at the top there, they removed my normal page banner that would be across the top and put up the video. Like I said, Mark wants to push video as much as possible, even to the point of modifying my page so my live video is the first thing people see when they go to my page. Here is the live video, and you can see a couple of things. And then we're actually going to go live from my phone, but I wanted to show you a couple of things here. Up in this corner here, that shows us, the red button shows us that we're live. This next one shows us how many people are viewing this. So we had a couple people, and then right below, these are people that are commenting. So my friend Lisa posted a quick hi. So I can either go over to where I'm broadcasting from. So if I go in here and I say hi, now you'll see any second now, once the message catches up, you'll notice at the bottom right below where Lisa said hi, once my screen refreshes, you'll see it pop up, and then my comment back to her will show up there. This is how people who are viewing you will see it. Now in a moment, I'll show you how it looks when we are actually live from our phone. Okay, so if you remember from the previous screen, I said all we had to do was click on the publish button. So you'll see that's right there. So we're going to tap publish. Okay, same screen as before. Just slightly different now because they updated the app since I took that screenshot and added this where I can go straight to my camera and snap a picture rather than taking a picture, then going into photos and pulling it up. They're always upgrading things to make it easier for us. But here's that live video icon that I talked about. So I can say, I tap in here, let's give it a description, live test, okay, and then if you notice, the icons moved when my keyboard came up, but the icon is still right there for live video. So I can tap that. And now, you can see that we are, right now the camera is flipped around onto me. You can get the camera ready. We're not actually live yet. This is just me testing. I can turn it this way. In most cases, I'd suggest you broadcast in what's called landscape mode rather than portrait mode. Because if you notice, you're limited to just that space, but it looks so much more pleasing and professional when you're in landscape mode. Okay, so if you remember from the instructions before, and again, I apologize. Facebook, on occasion, changes things. So now, even though I made this PowerPoint about a month ago, I already have to update it because they changed this button. It doesn't say Start Live Video anymore, but it shows a camera. The button still does the same thing. It's the blue button. So when you want to go live and you're ready to go live, you just tap the blue button. So it says Starting Live Video, and now we are live from my phone. So anybody in the world that has a connection to the internet and access to Facebook can see this live video right now, right from my phone. Now you can easily, while you're live, tap the icon to flip your camera around. So now I can turn this around. This is how easy it is. I didn't do anything fancy. This is not a fancy phone. It is just a simple iPhone 6s. It's right off the shelf. All I did was install the Facebook app. I hit publish, choose live video, and go live. That's it. Real simple. Any questions on the actual function of going live before we start to get into some fun stuff? Okay. So then when you're done, you would hit this finish button right here in the lower right-hand corner. But when you are live and you want to see comments, and that's what happens when you have a phone call. But it picked up right where I was. So in case you were wondering, what happens if somebody calls your phone while you're live? That was like I planned that. It automatically restarted the live stream as soon as I declined that call. So in case you're wondering, oh, what if somebody calls? So when you're viewing the live, if you notice right here, there's an icon that looks like a thought bubble. That's where you're going to be able to add comments to your video that people will see. So you could say, hi, peoples, whichever. So in that same spot where I posted that, you will see other people's comments flowing in there as well. So that's where you can be live. And how many here have actually watched other people's live videos before? Okay, cool. So you've seen those situations where the person who's doing their live video will say, hey, Bill's watching today. Hey, Bill, how you doing? And they'll talk to the people in real time. Or they'll ask a question, something like, hey, who's watching today? Make sure you post in the comments where you are watching us today. And what's neat about that is, and we'll get into more of the engagement stuff, but when you are live, you want to get those people commenting as much as possible for two reasons. One, it gives you something to talk about. Two, it's going to show engagement. So then what that's going to do is Facebook's going to say, hey, this video's hot. I better tell more people about it. So then Facebook will start telling more people and serve up your post to someone else and get more people to view you. Okay? So once you're done, though, see this finish button? You would just tap the finish button. And now, this is what you would see. And then you have two options. Just because you went live doesn't mean that you want to save that video. So maybe you didn't like the video and you're like, oh, that was horrible, let me delete it. You can hit the delete button at the end and no one will ever see it again. But what if you say, that was the greatest thing ever? You want to post it so that the rest of the world can go back and view what they missed. Just tap the post button. And now, when I go to my page, we'll be able to see there it is. Remember we called it live test? So now somebody can go back and view what they missed. Facebook Lives are not just for that one moment. You can go live on Facebook and then people can go back and view it at a later date. And in most cases, you'll get a bigger audience of people going back and watching it after the fact. At least that's been my experience so far. Because a lot of times, somebody's busy, they get your notification, I can't really watch that right now, but I'll watch it later. So they can save it or whatever they want to do. Oh, and it just notified me saying the video has finished uploading. And what that means is, just like YouTube, you upload a video, it has to go through a process. Well, we were live. Facebook then took that video, processed it so that it's in HD, so that now people can go back and watch it. So you're going to get that longevity, or that residual of people going back to your page and viewing your video after the fact. What's neat too is that they can still comment on it. So in this case, we're done with this video, but I can still post comments on this video. I'll still get notified that somebody commented on my video, and then I can still go back and interact with them. So let's just say I'm demoing a product, and I show it on my Facebook Live how to work the product, and person missed my Facebook Live session. They go back, they watch the video. During the video, question pops in their mind. They just type the comment. I'm going to get a notification that Joe Smith commented on my video, and I can go back and then correspond with him directly to answer his question. Even though he missed the live thing, I can still capitalize on those people that come back and watch the video after the fact. Okay. So any other questions on... Go ahead.
I do. Normally on Facebook, you usually have your set of friends. So do you have to go change that so this goes out to everybody?
If they're a fan of your page, like if you have a fan page for your business, or a business page as they call them now, they'll get a notification as long as they're following you. Your friends will all automatically, if you go on your personal page, all of your friends will get a notification automatically unless they have turned off notifications from you. Yeah, for instance, I had some friends that were going live 6 times a day, and it was getting monotonous. I had to mute them so that I didn't see their posts anymore. I'm still friends with them. But to answer your question, there's nothing special that you need to do as far as notifying your followers. You can, as an added bonus, invite specific friends to come and view your video, like my friend Michael did. I had gotten the notification that he was live, but then afterwards he must have gone in and then individually invited me to the feed as well. Yeah, but it all happens automatically by default.
Because normally when you set it up for your business, it's for the public to see, right? You're not limiting it to a select. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So anybody can find your page, like your page, and view your videos if you have a business page. And then the other thing you can do is, once you are live, and this is how you can get more people to watch your video, is do a search for Facebook Live groups. And these are groups that are either run by Facebook or run by Facebook enthusiasts. And you're able to share your video on these groups. And some of these groups will have, 10, 20, 30,000 people that's all they do is they look for live videos at any time of the day. Now, I want to show you real quick, too, another way that you can interact with live video. So just stand by for 1 second. And we're going to bring up Facebook.com/live. Now what we're seeing here is Facebook's main hub for anything that's live. So what we're seeing here are everybody who's live at this moment in the world. Now we can click on this map option, and once it loads, internet's a little slow. There we go. Now we'll see a map of the US and beyond. Each of these dots represent clusters of people who are live anywhere in the world right now. So we can actually zoom in to, say, New Jersey. Okay, so there we are, zoomed in on New Jersey. And we can see there's somebody who's live. We can see, somebody's live near Brick. Is that somebody in a gym?
A boring listener, and your perspective, I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to.
But as I hover over each one, I can get a preview of who it is, and if I like what I see, I can then bring it up on the screen and watch it more. But what's interesting that I've noticed with Facebook Live video is there's all this talk of fake news and all that. But with Facebook Live, we're getting that live, real-world news coverage of something that's happening that the average person is out there doing. So as much as we talk about there could be fake news, but when somebody's right there as something is happening with their phone live, it's almost indisputable because you're watching it in real time, especially when you end up finding 5 other people who have the same live feed as their I remember who here has heard of Periscope? Does Periscope ring a bell? Okay, Periscope is Twitter's equivalent to Facebook Live. It actually came out before Facebook Live. It didn't have the marketing capabilities. I think that Facebook Live worked out better because of the fact that for the past however many years Facebook has been in business, they've been collecting data on everything and anyone, which makes it easier to market to those people. But long story short, from the Periscope, it was during the Paris shooting. I guess it was about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago at this point. I was able to watch people who were on site just after it happened with their live video on Periscope. So you want to talk about being an interconnected society where we can just see everything that's happening around the world at any moment. That's a prime example of, my concert to my friends in New Zealand is minimal compared to the fact that there were like 50 other people who had similar feeds of them right there as the disaster was happening. So it becomes one of those things like, again, we are our own media companies.